Happy Monday, computer art B people. Okay, so this week you should have finished up your cereal box and gotten that thing submitted. If you have not, get it done. But yeah, because that's going to be due slash is due. This week, what we're going to be doing is that we are going to be moving on to the next project. And we are going to be doing, if you go to the class website, Computer Art B, we're going to be creating family crests. And so the thing with the family crest, and we actually it talks about it in here too, um, is that it's also known as like shield of arms or coat of arms. So over time, so traditionally they're passed down to the firstborn son, and over time, uh, people have embellished them, have they've changed them, and the second born son actually ends up sometimes embellishing them to make them more specific to them to represent them. But also sometimes families will actually combine the husband and wife's crest together to make their own. So long story short is that the crests that we represent ourselves, from the past are actually relatively inaccurate unless it's been like specifically handed down, from family to family. But beyond that, it's pretty honestly irrelevant for the most part. And so, one of the things that I thought we could maybe do, that we will do, is to create our own. To make modern day ones based off of our own family traditions, based off of our own symbols, based off our own um, foundations of the things that are more relevant to us today. And so as you can see up here, there's a whole bunch of examples of more like modern day family crests with all different kinds of icons, and meanings to current modern day people. And so, what you're going to be doing for this formative work, the first thing you're going to do is actually going to make a Google Slides. And this is what you are going to do to submit your formative work. There's going to be a couple different parts to your formative work. So, number one is actually you may want to sit down for this, but you have to talk to people. Talk to your parents, guardians, aunts, uncles, grandparents, etc. Find out who your family is. Where they came from. What are the important stories? Maybe occupations. What are the things that they hold to be important that actually represent your family? Are there specific years, like whether years that they moved to Minnesota, or years that like if you're that your family may have come to the United States. What are some traditions, whether it's like holidays or like every Friday we order pizza? What are some specific foods? Okay, what are some things, some stories, some memories that can represent you and your family now? You're gonna need. I want you to take notes while you actually talk and communicate with people. Now's a good time. A lot of people are working from home, or we can't really go to many places, and so it's a really good opportunity to reach out to somebody that's in your family and that's important to you, to kind of get some of that information. So I want you to take notes, and I want you to take pictures of your notes, and you're going to submit, and you're going to put those notes into your actual slideshow. Okay. I want you to go online and find reference images, whether that's of crests, similar to what are up here. Um, I want you to find reference images maybe for, if you look down at the bottom here, you can see there's actually reference images for, um, the symbols, right? Whether it's, you can see here, there's like goats and pizzas and other things that they're incorporating into their crest. So I want you to go and find some images that you can pull for references for that kind of stuff. I want you to also, I have some examples down here of different shapes for crests, some ribbons or banners, if you want to call them that, down here. And I want you to pull all that information and throw it into Google Slides. Okay, because this is going to be your reference point. Your final actual crest, here's a few things that you're going to need to include. The shield shape, right? So any of these count as a shield shape. Um, You are going to need to incorporate your family name, location that represents your family, 4 icons at least. So you can, right? So if we can see up here, there's each one of these are kind of different icons that are going on in there, right? The eye, the stars, the bottles, right? Icons. Each one of these things are icons. And then a banner, right? These are the banners. Um, we are going to be using a program that's online and it's free. And so don't worry about that part of it right now. More than anything, I want you to start doing your research, start doing your rough drafts and that kind of stuff. And then on your B day, we'll start introducing your actual getting into the program and start designing and that kind of stuff too. So I'm gonna be doing this too, and I'm gonna just like we did in the last project, I'll put up my work and my examples and that kind of stuff. But this is your jumping off point, right? It's the more that you're doing your research and you're doing your due diligence of sketching and that kind of stuff, the easier it's gonna be once we get to going into the actual program. So take your time to actually do this. So you're going to have today and your all day for your A day as well. To do your research and get some rough drafts and that kind of stuff going. So that's the big picture for this week. And then, like I said, on your B day, I'll start introducing the project, like the actual program, and showing you some of my examples and stuff too. So, but that's what's going on. All right. If you have questions, comments, concerns, as always, make sure you are checking in with me. Send me questions, any of that kind of stuff. I'm around, and we'll go from there. Bye.